So, Jake, how you feeling after that? It was a tough win, a few interesting moments during the game. How did it feel out on the pitch with how you saw it play out?
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty open game. It was back and forth, I think, especially in the second half. It seemed like anything could have happened. We could have scored a few. They could have, capitalized on some. But, when you get a win like that, it kind of helps the team out a lot, I think. Because it's, maybe we didn't play our best today and maybe we, didn't capitalize on a lot of chances. But to still come away with 3 points and a clean sheet is huge. And we're going to build off of that.
Switch to a back four or 3.5, as Vanny likes to call it today. How do you find playing in that compared to the back three? Does it take a lot of adjusting, or is it easy to slip back into that?
Yeah, it's not too much. I mean, the coaches made it kind of easy for us. We had 2 weeks to work on it. We didn't have a game last week, so we were able to really work on it. And it's the same when we build up. It's just in defense, we are more compact, I think. And I think that, it did help us a lot. Maybe we were a little bit too, not as aggressive in the first half as we wanted to be. We sat back a little bit, but I think as the game, progressed, we got used to that, that style of play and that formation. And in the second half, you saw we were able to exploit it pretty well.
Jake, how important was it to have those 2 weeks off where you guys could almost, like Vanny said, a second preseason, second training camp for you guys to regroup?
Yeah, I think, the 3 points kind of show how important it was, right? It really helped us, learn this kind of new system. It helped us kind of reset. We watched a lot of film on things that we needed to work on and things that we did well. And, that first week that we had off, we trained really hard. It was like a preseason. And when he says that, that's true. I think we needed kind of more intensity in training. We needed to work harder. We needed to demand more from everybody. And that's what we did. And we were able to, use that into this game today.
What's the mood of the locker room after a big victory like today?
Yeah, really happy. It's obviously been a tough start to the season, but we're hoping that, these 3 points can propel us into a little run. We know we have 3 more games at home, so hopefully we can get more points out of that as well.
Having Eric back in the back line, what did that mean to the team today?
Yeah, I mean, when you see Eric play, he's a top player. I think he's one of the best center backs in the league when he's healthy, so we have to keep him healthy. I know it's been a struggle for him, and I know that he really wanted to be on the field. But, when you see when he plays, he's just so calm on the ball. He's really smart. He doesn't, need to be super athletic at times because he's just so intelligent. So I think he, as a whole, really calms us down in the back. And he's really good at building out as well. So I think having him back is a huge, huge added bonus for us.
The goal that TFC had chopped off, what did you see on the pitch from that? Because from watching the replay, it's hard to see exactly the contact, but obviously there was contact because Thomas is injured. But how did you see it play out on the pitch?
Yeah, to be honest, it was so bang bang, right? What I saw was, I think I don't know, was it Nelson that went, was it Jaden that went through? He seemed to go through Thomas's hand, and it was a pretty bad injury. I feel for him because it was an unbelievable first save and second save, and then the PK. He was having probably the best game of the season, and he kept us in that game. But from what I saw, I think, sometimes we needed a call, and it doesn't always happen for us, as everyone knows. We seem to always be on the wrong side of that, so I'll take the 3 points and no goal.
Jake, obviously on Wednesday you have what Vanny called your biggest game of the season now. How important was getting a confidence-building win like this before then? What are you expecting from this game now Wednesday?
Yeah, it's a huge game for us. We haven't, progressed in the Canadian Championship in 2 years, right? So this is something that we really need to get over. It's a hurdle that needs to be taken away. We expect from ourselves to get to the finals, and that's something that we need to do. And I think getting this win at home, keeping a clean sheet that we haven't always done this year is huge for us, and that's going to build our momentum going into that game.